you. Welcome to, I believe, the first episode of Crit Chats with Jesus. That's me, Jesus. Usually, me and Carice co-host a show called Hot Girls Crits, but since scheduling issues were a thing and we wanted to put some more content out there, it's going to be me, so I am taking control of the show. So, what are we going to talk about today? The Monster Manual. Since as of 2 days ago from recording this episode, Monster Manual just came out. So let's talk about the changes from 2014 to 2024 Monster Manual, or as we like to call it, D&D 5.5. So I do want to say that right off the bat, if you were expecting brand new creatures and never before seen stuff, that might not be what you're getting. It is more of the same creatures you have seen before. They're just tweaked here a bit. And there are 500 creatures in total, so more than the previous Monster Manual. But as you're going to see, there's different types of levels. So you'll have a epic level version of a thing, or a lower level version of a creature or an NPC. What they're focusing more on is there being a version for every single level. So let's take in like mages. So you'll have a apprentice mage, but you'll also have a regular mage. So, you know, a CR2 mage versus a CR6 mage, and then the archmage, you're level 12. So they're giving you a taste so you can have combat at every single version, every single level. With some of my new creatures that they're putting in here, or just I guess a different version of them. You'll also notice that everything's in alphabetical order, so you're not gonna find all the dinosaurs under D or all the lycanthropes under L. Werewolves will be under a section, where tigers will be under a section, so everything's alphabetical order. I don't like that. I like my categories. But the Blob of Annihilation, I mean, just look at this artwork. First of all, the art in here is fantastic. It is amazing. But yeah, so now you're not just gonna find blobs and oozes of lower level. You're gonna find a world ender blob, capable of destroying the cities and civilizations if you're not taking care of it, if your adventurers aren't going out and being triumphant. So that is the cool thing about the new Monster Manual. So as you can see here, they are redesigning the stat blocks. It's not terribly different. They are putting like saving throws next to the modifiers. They're changing the sentences, so use less words for same meaning, right? Which that, and from a design standpoint and from a printing standpoint, I think that's good. So now you're gonna notice that legendary creatures have updated resistances and legendary actions. So some creatures, when they're in their lair, they get more legendary resistances and legendary actions. So as we're looking at the Ancient Gold, for example, when they're in their lair, they have normally they have 4 legendary resistances a day. When they're in their lair, they have 5, which, makes them the survivability longer for combat, since everything got boosted up. All the players, all the subclasses now have a boost and they can do a lot more things, so it makes sense that the monsters need to be able to withstand all those hits. But interestingly enough, they're making spells a lot easier to manage with just at-day abilities versus having a spell list. It's just less things to remember. You know what level, what version of the spell it is. So if it's a 6th level casted versus a 4th level casted, and legendary actions, you get more if you're in your lair. If you're a BA creature, don't cost anything. Some used to cost 2 or 3, legendary actions to be able to do. Now you have them. You just do an ability, which is just easier for the Dungeon Master to keep track of when they're already keeping track of so many things. The idea from what they've been saying is that they're doing this to add a little bit more complexity to the characters. And to most of them, I do agree. But there's some that they just took away some spark to them, and I would say the werewolf, to be honest, although it's simpler and a lot easier to manage, I don't know, just takes away some of that oomph that werewolves had in the previous versions. They no longer are resistant to all sorts of damages, making them just a normal creature to hit. But others have amazing abilities and amazing battle control tactics. So it's some creatures got improved, some didn't. Well, when I view these creatures, a lot of them also have a lot more HP. They have a lot more things they can do, a lot more reactions. I understand that every single new version of the game has to constantly upgrade itself and has to be a little bit more of what it was. But we're all just getting, the book just came out, so we're gonna find out pretty soon. But I am a little worried to see if there is going to be, now that everything's balanced and everything's upgraded and a lot more abilities, a lot harder to kill, are we going to extend battle even more? Are we going to have to drag it out even more? It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, but sometimes you don't want to spend 4 hours fighting a specific creature. I don't know. It all matters with your roleplay, and all matters with the story and everything you're trying to convey. And I'm sure that at the end of the day, it's all going to be great and balanced, and I'm looking forward to it personally myself. But it is just a concern that is in the back of my head that we keep adding more HP, we keep making things harder to hit, harder to fight. Are we just extending combat more? Are we dragging out the inevitable of the players winning or of the players losing the specific combat? We're just gonna have to see. I have mixed feelings about the new book. I am excited that it came out because now I have the correct mechanics to challenge my players with the new subclasses they have and the beefier versions that they have. But I wanted more out of it. I do see that I guess. And the thing is, with such a company that makes so much money, I guess shouldn't be what I expect out of them. I should be overwhelmed and wowed, because I guess the first book should be just the baseline creatures we all know and we all love. But there's so many third-party publishers who are making such amazing things out there that just, this feels a little bit short. And although I am excited, I feel that with you are the big dog in the park, I feel that it should have been more. But that's just my personal opinion. Well, the book just came out. Hopefully we'll have some amazing encounters in the future, and you'll see some of these new creatures be tested out in our streams here at Divide and Conquer. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the new Monster Manual, if you guys picked it up, if you liked it, if you're staying with 5.0, or if you're jumping in the bandwagon with 5.5. Alright, so adios. Please don't forget to be kind to one another. Don't forget to love each other. See you in the next one.